I'm dropping out of school. Okay, so this has been more or less a secret that I have been doing my best to avoid around my social medias. I have not been sharing this very dramatically. I've not been trying to conceal it in the sense where I'm not willing to share information about it, but I have been waiting and honestly procrastinating to make this video and explain everything going on. So, earlier not this calendar year, but in the last 365 days, I started my sophomore year of high school, which makes me sound younger than I am. I am 17 years old. I feel like that's important to add. So yeah, I started in August of 2022, my sophomore year of high school. And going into that year, Phoebe was with me. Unlike my freshman year where I started it without her and she joined me about halfway through first semester. She was there with me first day of school and everything. That year, that semester was incredibly difficult. I was dealing with a lot, both mentally and physically, and was doing my best to work around that. And my entire life, I have been an amazing student. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that as a sense of I made this decision for medical reasons and not just because I got sick of school. So I used to really enjoy a lot of school, and I was really looking forward to high school throughout elementary school and kind of the beginning of middle school before I got sick. After getting sick, high school and the idea of it changed a lot for me because I couldn't participate the way my peers could. I couldn't enjoy things the way that they could. I had to miss a lot of school without having much of a choice in the matter because there were days that I just couldn't get out of bed. So I made the decision to leave public school, which was really difficult because my entire life I have been looking forward to things like prom and graduation and just senior year as a whole. And so making that decision was really difficult for the part of me that still clung on to that hope that I could be normal. So it was a heartbreaking decision, honestly. I went to a horrible school surrounded by horrible people who did horrible things, and it was still heartbreaking. But ultimately, I knew it was what was best for me, so it's what I did. I got enrolled and started doing an online school. And I couldn't keep up with that. With the way my brain works, it was not something that was right for me. And so I kind of just stopped doing it. And I realized once I let that go, how well I was doing. I kind of looked at myself and said, I haven't been this close to okay in probably close to a decade. So I have made the decision that I'm going to drop out of school. And that feels so uncomfortable to say because I'm the only person who fully understands why I have made those decisions. And I'm the only person who ever will. So when I say it to people, I am always scared that I'm going to come across as someone who just got sick of school and decided to be done with it, and that's in no way the case. It's the decision that is best for me to live my life to its fullest potential. So the biggest question I get asked anytime I bring this up is, what is next for me? Which is the question that high school graduates get, it's the question that college graduates get, and apparently it's the question that high school dropouts get. And my answer for a very long time was survive. My answer was to let myself recover and let myself heal from the trauma that my school inflicted on me. And I've pretty much reached that point. So that's why I decided to sit down and finally make this video explaining everything, explaining why there haven't been any school videos, explaining why I haven't discussed it. And I've hit that point when I'm ready to move on. So I'm ready to talk about it. I am going to get my GED. Hopefully, the plan is to get it around May of this year. For those of you who are watching this far in the future, it is currently March. I had a moment where I couldn't figure out what month it was. It's March. So I'm starting the slow process of researching and studying. And I've said, well, I've kind of thought to myself and discussed with family and friends that I am ready to take the GED test. And if I don't get it the first time around, we'll try again. So, assuming that everything goes according to plan with that, I'll get it sometime around May. And then I'm throwing myself a graduation party, which I've had some people think is stupid and weird and lame, and I've had some people think it's a fantastic idea. What I've been working on with myself for the longest time is celebrating the little victories in life. And I've gotten good at that. And this isn't a little victory. I got myself out of a traumatic and toxic situation, and I'm healing from that. So I deserve to celebrate that. So I'm having a freaking graduation party. I'll be sending out, I have little graduation notices kind of formatted out, saved in my phone, and they say the unofficial graduation of Abigail Johnstone, because I get to do that. So I'm celebrating myself, and I will get myself, probably not the full thing, but I'll probably get myself a little graduation cap, and I'll get Phoebe a little graduation cap, and I'm gonna do senior photos, and I'm gonna let myself have what I wanted to have, just adjusted to what I needed to be now, because that's how I have to live my life as a disabled teen. So while that was a lot of emotion and a lot of rant and a lot of ramble, I hope y'all enjoyed this video anyway, and I hope it makes sense to those of you who I want it to make sense to. You know, I'm sure some able-bodied individuals, and able-bodied individuals are welcome on my channel. I know not everybody's gonna get it, and that's totally fine, but there are some people who need to hear that it's okay to mark your own path and make your own decisions despite everything in the world telling you not to. So I hope this helps. I truly do. If you need to rant in the comments, if you need advice, please just leave a comment. You can also always DM me on any of my social media, the Instagram. I'm more likely to get to you. But yeah, please message me if you need to. I hope this helped, and I hope this was a good explanation as to where my life is headed. So thank y'all for watching. If you feel like hitting the buttons down there, I would really appreciate it. And I will see you hopefully at some point.